So not that anyone really cares, I got my haircut and my transformation to a small man is complete. Because I feel like braids are an easy way to identify if it's a female rider, and it's gone now. So I'm a small man with very feminine eyes. But yeah, so today's adventure, enjoying some nice freaking weather. Like, holy cow. Might have to get gas soon, but this is the second ride of the season for me. The first one was filming the end of that Forks video for you guys. That was the first ride of the season, which was super awesome, getting to drive with my car, or ride with my car, whatever. It was freaking amazing. It was a dream come true for little old me. And I did come up with a name for the Camaro. I know not everyone likes to name their cars and bikes. Totally fine. But I do, clearly. And I found a name and I freaking love it. And I cannot wait to tell you guys all about it. Once I do a more official reveal, that is. So. Oh, we're already in first. Cool. So something that I wanted to talk to you, well, it's really pretty. Oh, minus the trash. Something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Some of you guys noticed I took my mirrors off for a short amount of time. It was not really by choice. And I wanted to tell you guys why it was. At first, I was so scared to post it or to even talk about what happened. So I'm just gonna like rip the band-aid off and tell you guys why. I did not set myself up for success, and I dropped my bike. And I was really, like, I was so upset and disappointed. And I really started to think on that feeling. Like, why do I feel upset? Why does it bother me so much? I was very okay with that happening before it even happened. And if anything, I was anticipating it. So I was like, why am I so upset? And the more I thought on it, the more I realized it's because I'm scared of what online people will say. Of what people I will never meet say. And I was like, why should I care? And if anything, I had already gone through drills of thinking if I drop my bike, I'm okay with it because I'm learning, I want to learn, and if I'm putting myself in positions to learn, I am going to drop it. Or at least that was kind of my thought process. Not that I wanted to drop it, but just I'm very okay with that happening. So after a while of thinking about it, I was like, the only reason why I was worried about dropping it was because I was worried about what other people thought. And I was like, that is such a silly thing. Because whenever I was learning how to ride a bicycle whenever I was a child. I mean, with anyone learning how to ride their bicycle whenever they're a kid. If you remember dropping the bike and falling on the bike and all that stuff, that is so normal. And yet why is it whenever you put an engine and a couple extra 100 pounds, why is it suddenly a horrible thing to drop your bike? So I thought long and hard about it, and I guess, you know, to some people dropping your bike is like detrimental, and it's like it speaks of you as a rider. It means you're terrible. It means you shouldn't be riding a bike. It is baffling what people think. And whenever I say the people who point that out the most are the most insecure, or like, I mean, anyone anywhere, within any hobby, they are going to target you. I mean, you can easily pick that out in the motorcycle community. So dropping a bike, is your bike a 1000? You know, can you handle the twisties? Can you get a knee down? Or do you have chicken strips on your tires? You know, I mean, it's really, really trivial, silly stuff. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I really, like, at the end of the day, whenever it's me standing next to this bike, is that all that's on my mind? Is that I dropped it? Is it that I can't get a knee down? Is it that, you know, I don't have chicken strips? Or, you know, like, what matters to me with riding? And why should I take the advice or the opinion or whatever of people who I will never, ever see? So that was something that I thought really hard about, and I was like, ultimately, I don't care. I mean, obviously, like I said, I just don't care. And if anything, I was, like I said, I just wanted to see if I could pick up the bike. And with this situation, what I mean by I did not set myself up for success, I was really exhausted after a long day. I took a ride at the end of the day. It was my first ride in like 3 months. And basically, I was super lazy about what I was doing. And I was getting up into the driveway, and we have a really large bump getting into our driveway. It's really annoying. And there was a car parked on one side of the driveway, so it made my entry a lot thinner. And basically, I wasn't paying attention, I wasn't thinking, and I did exactly what instructors tell you not to do. I didn't have enough momentum to get me up there, and I turned my handlebars and slammed on the brakes. And so many instructors will tell you not to do that. If you're going to slam on your brakes, you have to be squared. Your handlebars have to be squared. Otherwise, you're just going to throw it on the ground. And that's exactly what happened. And the slant was kind of like this. So Morrow tipped over to the left. And I snapped off a mirror. And so with it being on a slant, I couldn't get it up. And I was so upset. I was so upset. And, you know, I was like horrified, or not horrified, but I was just so disappointed because I had gone so long without dropping my bike. And like I said, I just kind of thought more about it, and I was like, the only reason why I'm feeling so upset is because I know people will be, you know, not be supportive or whatever. And I was like, I don't need other people's support to continue to learn how to ride. And I know for an absolute fact that whenever I start my slow speed skills, especially now that Morrow's raised, I am going to dump this bike. And I'm okay with that because I want to learn. You guys have no idea how much I am dying to learn, or not dying. I don't want to die on this bike learning, but you guys know what I mean. I am so eager to learn and get comfortable with stock height bikes because I want to test ride a bunch of bikes. I don't want to be limited to the height of a bike because I'm scared and I'm inexperienced. I am going to put myself in positions where I have to be uncomfortable and I have to learn, and that's what I want as a rider. And so it's gonna happen again, and I'm totally okay with it. Obviously my crash protection helped save part of her. I mean, obviously my mirror snapped off, which is fine. As you guys can tell, I just got some new ones. Yeah, it saved the side. The handlebar did break. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like, it broke the fairing right here, but again, like, I knew these fairings weren't like the priciest thing ever, so I was okay with, you know, that I chipped it, or I cracked it. So I'm okay with that. I know I'm gonna replace these anyway because the fitment is pretty rough. I mean, so yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys about that because I feel like there are so many people intimidated to learn for fear of breaking their track record of not dropping a bike. And I mean, seriously, ask yourself, are you ever going to meet those people who are essentially bullying you for this online? If you're not, why would their opinion matter? I was very okay with any possible outcome, and that's something I encourage you guys. If you keep dropping your bike, or if you've never dropped your bike but you're scared, you're really scared to. And don't get me wrong, whenever you're in a position of like, I just dropped my bike in front of so many people and it was so embarrassing. just know that it's normal, and so many people do it. You know, again, just think of like riding a bicycle. It's so normal to drop your bike and fall off your bike. But why is it whenever you add an engine and hundreds of pounds onto a bike, is it suddenly not okay? And yeah, I mean, there is a lot of money that goes into a motorcycle. My point is that it's a very, very normal thing, and people simply overhype dropping a bike. And very immature people will target you, and that's something you have to let roll. Because at the end of the day, it's your job to learn how to ride and ride within your limits, or if you want to push those limits and learn how to do different stuff, it is up to you. And you can either let those people that you will never see stop you, or you can choose what you want to do as a rider. And even for people that you meet in person, if they're like that, they're not the people you want in your friend circle. You don't want to be around those people. That's kind of my little 2 cents, and you know, telling you guys of my experience, because like I said, I started out on this whole thing to include you guys on everything, and to be honest, that learning how to ride is not all sunshine and flowers, you know. And I am absolutely not going to let dropping my bike, something as simple as that, stop me from learning how to ride. Nothing is going to stop me. So yeah, if you guys want to share in the comments your own experience dropping the bike, or even your fears of dropping a bike, I mean, let's really, like, I don't know, let's break the ice. Like, I'm tired of people being afraid of dropping bikes or embarrassed of dropping bikes. It is something that's just so silly to me, and it doesn't mean you're a bad rider. The fact that you don't let people stop you and tell you you're a bad rider and make you quit riding because you drop a bike, that tells me you're a great rider, that you're not willing to give up, and you shouldn't. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next one.